Alright, so sadly the thumbnail is not clickbait, so let's go and put this thing in full self-driving, and we'll drive around, and I'll discuss this craziness that just happened here. Let me get this adjusted. Maybe we just have this conversation in my office. Let's just have this conversation in my office, because that's not... No, okay, I'll be right back. I'm tired, boss. Alright, it pains me to make this video. I'm a longtime EV enthusiast. It's been 10 years since I've owned a gas vehicle of any sort. I have dozens of Tesla shares. I've been buying them over the years, and I've had hundreds of thousands of miles on Teslas. So I love Tesla. I love the vehicles themselves, the service, and maybe how some people in the company and the higher-ups act is and the only negatives that there really is. But let's get to my recent service issue here that is just, it's so over the top that I have to share it. And I'll admit I'm a kind of a Tesla stan. I'll gloss over a lot of stuff that is just, not worth, besmirching EVs in general. But this finally took the cake. If you're not aware, Tesla Cybertrucks, they have a little thing called off-gassing, where the interior actually puts off a little bit of gas overnight and when it's hot and stuff. And what that can do is it can put a film on the windows, and every couple of days you have to take a microfiber cloth or whatever and clean with, usually, way down in there, in the front giant window, and clean it off. But what you can't do is, inside the camera enclosure, you can't pop that open to get to the glass inside there, obviously. So those, I think it's 3 cameras in there, they are constantly having more and more film build up inside there, plus on their lenses probably too, but you can't do anything about it. You can't, the instructions do say how you can take a Torx T20 or something and pop that open and carefully dig into some stuff and get in there and clean it very carefully, but my truck's under warranty, and it shouldn't be my thing to do, my responsibility. So yeah, my truck, there's a flaw with most, or all Cybertrucks, it's a software flaw. They will get a dry wipe every now and then, where the sun hits the cameras just right that it thinks that it's rain or something. And it's only on Cybertrucks. Primarily, I think other vehicles will still do it that are Teslas, but Cybertruck has a really bad software flaw where they'll just do a dry wipe a couple times a drive. The problem when you have a bunch of film and stuff built up in there is it thinks there's actually rain or something on it. So when it does one dry wipe, it's like, oh, there's still a bunch of gunk on the windshield. I gotta wipe a bunch of times. So my truck, every drive, at least once, would go to town trying to wipe and then finally give up. And when it's doing that, it's just smearing crap everywhere and it's messing up the blade, which is a giant, $90 blade. So yeah, I finally made a service appointment, and I said, hey, look, you guys have got to clean this thing. It's ridiculous how much, film and gunk is in there. And it's getting to where I was getting pop-ups. I think I got a picture of the pop-up. And, it's blinding the camera, and it's going to be a safety issue here. So I finally got them to make a service appointment for me to take it in and get it cleaned professionally. Should have taken a couple hours. They said, hey, would you mind if you just got a loaner and you came back this evening or something, and we'll have it knocked out? Sure, why not? They didn't get it done until, I think it was late that night or the next day, I forget it. I looked on the Sentry mode, which I don't know if you don't have a Tesla, you can look through the cameras on your vehicles and you can see, or look at past incidents and stuff and see through the cameras. So I saw that there was something on the left side of my main forward camera. I think it's the narrow view, whatever they call it, the main one that Sentry mode sees. And that got me worried, like, if there's something actually blocking it when they were in there, if they bump something or whatever, is that going to have it, like, it can't see certain lanes? I use FSD all the time. I let the truck drive everywhere. Is it going to think there's something over there and be slamming on the brakes or refuse to change lanes? Is it going to have emergency braking firing off all the time? Cruise control, lane centering, full self-driving. Even while this was happening, actually, they put out a statement saying that they're doing airbags. Their airbags are using the camera inputs to determine what airbags to deploy and when and stuff based on where the impact is coming from, which is crazy awesome. But if your camera is, occluded, if there's something obscuring it, because service did it, especially, is ridiculous, then that's not acceptable. That's a safety hazard, and that's something that Tesla should address immediately. But so I wrote them, I said, hey, there's something on the camera, and they're like, oh, it's just a shadow, come get your truck. And I'm like, no, I watched videos, and I watched people walking, like, between it, and, like, they were, like, there's something on the window or camera was, hiding them, like there was something blocking things. And I said again, hey, there's something blocking it. This isn't just a shadow. And I also watched over hours as, like, other shadows moved, and this shadow didn't. And they're like, it's just a shadow. We can move it for you if you'd like. And I'm like, you could walk out there and look at it, and you could see if the camera's messed up. that's an option, right? I mean, it's right there in front of the dealer or service center. And yeah, they kind of got, I don't know, seemed like an attitude, which I'm sure I was, you know, not happy at this point too. They moved it for me, and I'm like, hey, the shadow moved with it. And I'm watching, like, at that time a tech walked and like stood right by, I think I have that clip, I'll put it on here. And like, clearly there is something broken on my camera, which happened during service. Beforehand it was a little fuzzy, but now it's like something is blocking the camera's view from the side. And yeah, so this is where it gets really weird, because I think they went home for the day basically at that point, and they were telling me to take the truck back and pick it up. And I'm like, I don't think this is safe. So I posted on X, and I was like, hey, there's something on my camera. Clearly, you can see people walking in front of it, and Tesla's still telling me to pick it up. And I thought, I want to make sure that lots of people see this, because Tesla's ignoring me. It's been 2 days or whatever, and so far they've made my smear into a blinder on, you know, a third of the camera screen or vision. So I actually promoted the video with $50. So I slipped Elon Musk $50 through X and said, hey, why don't you show this to, you know, 10 or 11,000 people? And it's funny because when that happened, a few people that actually have some influence saw it. And before long, they're like, you need to tag certain people in senior Tesla management. And I actually got a conversation going with the service center executive or whatever from Tesla. And sure enough, the next day things started moving. But they admitted, and I asked them, I was like, is it safe to drive like this? And I forget their word, but they're basically like, we can't guarantee that. So in the same text, Tesla says, pick up your truck as a shadow, pick up your truck as a shadow. And then they're like, we can't guarantee this is safe. And to even get there, I had to, my under warranty vehicle, I had to slip $20 to Elon Musk through X to embarrass him, so that someone would actually reach out to me and we could get some progress going. So they didn't have, I guess what ended up being was, it was a sunshade. I guess the camera's here and there's like little things on the side that kind of keep glare off the sides or something. And I don't know if the tech bent it, or I guess someone said you can't actually spin them, they only lock in one way. So it would lead me to believe that the tech broke one in, so it was blinding that part of the camera's view. And they could have sent the tech over to look at it and be like, oh, hey, look, that blinder's broken and obscuring the camera. Or they could have just remoted into it and been like, oh, hey, that camera's obscured. None of those things happened. Come get your vehicle, which now it's airbags, automatic emergency braking, cruise control, lane centering, everything relies on that broken sensor that you broke and tried to give back to me. So I bribed Elon Musk. Oh, and during this time, they gave me a loaner Cybertruck, which, hey, that's awesome. Like, I didn't expect that even. And I know they're swamped. The problem here is they don't have the personnel. And I think that's kind of the core of this message is, it's a great vehicle, it's a great product, but they need to up their game on service. It's $80,000 for the vehicle. I got in before the tax credit, before all the crazy political stuff kicked off. So with full self-driving, $7,500 more. Tax, you know, registration, delivery, it's 90 something. It was close to 100,000. It's nearly a six-figure vehicle. And I'm getting horrible service, and they're breaking it and handing it back to me. And then I just found out, like, it took a day or two of having the truck back, that the center gear select whatever part, there's a clip that holds the whole thing in there. It looks like it's broken, because no matter how much I push it in there, it won't stay. So whenever I touch the sun blinders or whatever, it pops down. If I hit a bump or whatever, it pops down. Half my controls fall out of the ceiling. So Tesla service made my truck worse and tried to give it back to me in an unsafe manner, which is just completely unacceptable. So yeah, I bribed them, and they were able to find, it took like a week to find the part. They had to have it overnighted after a 3-day weekend. So it finally got here and it got installed. And so yeah, they told me that this was all my fault, and that I should, on the phone, I wish I had this message fit. On the phone they said, what you need to do is clean it just like a regular maintenance you do. Like you clean your windows, you change your tires, you fill up your washer fluid, regular maintenance. And I said, okay, I would like to avoid this in the future. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be using the Torx and popping the cameras open? Because if I bump those things and they got out of alignment and stuff, that scares me. And they're like, don't worry, we're going to copy this time. I'm like, I understand, but every 6 months or 3 months, do I need to be popping this thing open as maintenance and be in there cleaning the cameras like a service technician? I'm not comfortable with that. It's in the manuals, I guess. You can find a service manual that shows you how to do it for us customers, but the lady tried to tell me it's normal, it's something you should be doing, and she's going to comp me on this repair. I'm like, well, in future, like if this off-gassing is going to keep clogging these cameras up, you need to do this as a routine thing for me because there's a problem with your product. And she's like, don't worry, we're comping it. And I'm like, I don't think she understood. I'm like, what about the future? In 6 months, when next summer hits, my interior is heating up and there's off gassing and I'm wiping the windows every few days. Is this something I'm gonna have to start paying for eventually? Do I need to get comfortable crawling inside there and cleaning it very carefully? I mean, like, Tesla service completely let me down is what I'm trying to say here. And it's sad that I had to shame and bribe X to get things going here. But hey, my truck's driving. I guess I got the center thing that pops down now, so I gotta go back and get that fixed. My chair is also squeaking every time I hit a bump or move around or sit in it. It's making a really horrible plastic rubbing noise, and their devs have an appointment to set to fix that. So I need to make sure to tack on the fact that after they went in there that the ceiling's falling apart on me now too. So yeah, if you're gonna make a whole new line of product like the Cybertruck, and you're gonna buy like number under 50,000 VIN, you gotta have better service than this. It's a shame. It's a wonderful vehicle. If you've ever driven one, I'm sure you know, like, drive-by-wire is just mind-blowing. When you hop in, like even the new Model Y, the Juniper my wife has, driving that, I'm cranking the wheel around. It feels like I'm Fred Flintstone driving around in the Stone Age compared to the Cybertruck. But at least the Y doesn't need any service. It's a pretty good vehicle that has been refined over years. Cybertruck, great vehicle, horrible service. I guess I'll do a follow-up when we see what they say about the top falling down and all the other, issues. But that's what I got. I wish I had a better, more EV positive message. I do have some cool camping gear I'm going to test out to try and turn the back into a larger platform to take a nap in and sleep overnight and camp in. So that should be a fun video coming up next. Subscribe if you want to see that. I think I'm going to also try and do some more just EV trips and things. I'm going to still be focused on electric motorcycles and stuff too, but I'm going to just kind of branch out and just put some road trips and stuff on here, just show people in a more positive light using electric vehicles. Yeah, that's all I've got. Thanks for listening to me ramble, and hopefully things get fixed here, and I don't know, Tesla doesn't need shamed into doing the right thing to fix their products. Have a good day.